I'm making my way over, guys. Making my way over. Had to go into the bling ball and get all the bling. And I got way more than I needed because I didn't know what color I wanted. But, hey, and welcome. Let me go ahead and move this table up a little bit more. And I don't like that sign back there. It does light up. I think it's too small. I got used to my large sign. Let me show you what it looks like. I got this from Temu. I can make it brighter. Let's see, dimmer. But I think that's a little distracting on a live or a video. So I think I'm just going to put it somewhere else and let myself enjoy it and not worry about it. But I hope you guys are all doing really well today. I'm hot and thirsty, like usual, hot and thirsty. And I didn't drink no water today, so I'm just drinking plain water. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let me settle down. Kelly, 6 months. Thank you. I was looking the other day. I was like, oh no, I probably need to make some more badges because you go like 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, maybe 9 months, 12 months. And I'm already out there for a little while, so I'm good. It is a cute sign, Nicole. Thank you. But I don't know. It's a little much. I think I'm going to have to put just my big homemade sign that I made back up there. I like it a little better, I think. So let me go ahead and say hi to some people. Turn my ringer off. It was off already. And I'll have that handy in case I need it. But welcome in, everybody. I don't know why it feels like so long since I've been here, but it hasn't been that long. And if you don't mind, please give me that thumbs up. If you're new here, all right, Rosalind, thank you. If you're new here, it's so rude, I haven't even introduced myself yet. I'm Marilyn. My channel's Making with Marilyn. I do HTV a little bit. I'm going to do a silhouette lesson tonight that you could use with HTV, and I'm really excited about it. I started playing with it today, so we're going to go through it together and see how it goes. So HTV, DTF, rhinestones, lasers, embroidery, sewing, starting to quilt. So excited about that. I actually bought a new pattern last night, one that several people are already doing. And I need to finish my first quilt before I get started on that, though. What else do I do? Gosh, I used to make a ton of earrings. I don't know, maybe that's all I do. I do things here and there, but welcome, and I'm glad you're here. Let me go ahead and say hi to a few people in the chat, and then we'll go ahead and get started because I'm already so far behind. All right, Dems, I saw you in here. I don't know if you're back yet, but I saw you in here bright and early. Hey, Unbiased, welcome. Rosetta, thank you. Thank you. Congratulations on 41K. Thank you. I was so excited when I got 1K. I mean, I was amazed. I was like, huh. And I'm like the turtle. I just plod along, keep plodding along. But I appreciate it. Thank you, DB. Hey, Lachey, welcome. And Laura E. Thank you, Sharon. And Sharon, I don't know if Lady Bear is in here yet. Oh, wait, she's right below you. She is here. Sharon, Stacy, Lady Bear, Dimps, you guys made my husband's day. He came home from a trip yesterday. He had been out. Ooh, I'm going to use those. He had been out camping since Sunday. So he left after church on Sunday and came back last night. And he had so many nice comments from you guys on his videos. And his watch time was up. And so thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you guys all saw the bear. Hope you saw the bear. Okay, Sharon. She'll be in and out of the bushes. Hey, Cheryl. And Martha. Hey, Quilt Winch. I'm so glad you've been coming back each week. We need more quilting experts in here since this is kind of taking over what I'm thinking all the time. Hey Lisa, hope you played with your new machine, your new Husqvarna. And Nicole, even though I saw you say something earlier, hello. And there's Stacy. Stacy, thank you too. All right. I love the community. You guys talk to each other in everybody's lives. Hey Jennifer. Diane, welcome. Bobby, welcome. All right, I'm going to start scrolling. Hey, Porgy Town. Hey, Marta. I hope I don't scroll past anybody. If I do, I apologize. Hey, Beverly. Guys, I'm getting really excited for Bling Fest. Hey, Robin S. Hey, Jill. Welcome. Welcome. So glad that you could be here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and scroll faster. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. So, let me get that off there. Let's see what Sharon said. I'm truly enjoying videos. Some of them have my stomach doing flip-flops, but I keep going back to watch between my... Tim said that. I can just see you watching between your fingers. I think he was talking about the bridge, when we went across the bridge, maybe? I'm not sure. Let's see. What do you say? I've been playing with both new machines, making grandbaby gifts. Very, very nice. Hey, Brandy and Valerie. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Up Designs. Okay. Hey, Jesse, Donzel. Gotta have our men folks show up. We wouldn't know what to do without you guys. Hey, okay. Stacia or Stacia. Stacia. I hope I pronounced it right. Maybe Stacia. Is Stacia correct? Let me know. Hey, Renee. Okay, so I was playing around with the pumpkin for a while. I think I showed you just the pumpkin on my computer screen last week, I think. Well, here's what I have. And this is not a very large design. It's like the larger one, this one is like 9.1 inches or something like that across. And that's because the words, go off to the side. Let's see if Stacy answered me. Not yet. Hey, Miss Joyce. And then it says pumpkin season. There's a few little heart outlines over here that kind of balanced it out. I didn't have those at first. And I was like, I need something. So throw some hearts on there. And then I also did, I think it might have been Elba that said cute little pumpkin would be good for it too. And so I put the outline with the cute little pumpkin just so I know exactly where everything goes, because I like to do it that way. But these two designs are combined in my Etsy shop, and I did put a link. I like it. I need it. Etsy shop. Yes, it's in my Etsy shop. I just put the two together for the same price that I always charge for a, moderate template. Nothing too ridiculously complex, but they all take some time. So anyway, we're going to brush in this side. Like I said, I think this is about 9.1 inches wide. This one, Stacy, if you can, do you mind looking in the Etsy shop? I put the dimensions, and I think this one's only like 8.2 wide or so. It's really small. For an adult shirt. It will work on an adult shirt, but a lot of us like our designs bigger. But I wanted something that would work on a children's shirt. So that's why it's a little bit smaller this time. Alrighty, so I'm going to use the new Icy, what color is it? I have so many stones over here. Okay, this is one I just got, Icy Pumpkin. So you have to use Icy Pumpkin for a pumpkin, right? If you have it. And then for the words, I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use Violet Volcano for the words. That is a mixture of purples. So it ranges from bluish purple to purple purple. I think that's what I'm going to use for the word pumpkin season. Although I also saw these indigo, and those are gorgeous. Those are really pretty, but this is going to be on a black shirt, so I think this might show it better. I also have grape. I think I might, for the little heart outlines, I think I might use grape because I think orange and purple go nicely together. For the stem, because this is a black shirt, we're going to go with a stem that isn't quite as dark and brown as a stem might be. Hey, Stacy. Thank you. Hi, Geneva. Hey, Shay Shay. 8.9 tall and 9.084 wide. So I think that's the larger one. How about the smaller one, if you don't mind? Hey, oh, thanks, Dents. Okay, pumpkin season design is that. Okay, good. The smaller design is 8.1 wide and 8.9 tall. So I have a youth small shirt, and I'll kind of compare the size of it to that. But for my stem, I think I'm going to use Icy Honey because I really want it to show up on a black shirt. So I think I'm going to use that. That would look really good. But I was planning on using Icy Cornstarch for my outline. I think that's too close. That's too close to Icy Honey. So we're going to go with a little bit darker brown for the stem. I'll do it last because I don't have, well, I do have Icy Mocha. That'll look good. Let's do that. Oh, and also, look what I made. I like this one okay. I dislike this one a lot because I used polyester ribbon and the glue, and it just looks terrible. It looks tragic. I like this one a lot. However, and I have a video that I recorded for this, but I need to edit it. And the title is going to say plain is perfect because here's my favorite. Oh, look. I even have a quilt block on one. Here's my favorite. Just, can you see that? My favorite's just plain because I didn't want colors and patterns and all that to distract. I wanted to see what it's going to look like. So be on the lookout for that. Also, look at this. The fabric that I used to go around this, I cut it on my laser. It's all tangled now. Look at that. They're straight. They're even. It took very little bit of time. And then I think it was yesterday or the day before, I don't know. Yesterday, I think, that I published this. And it has my name on it. These are going to be like holiday placemats. So I can have one for each, all four of us. But, hey. Okay, sorry. Sorry for my plugs for my videos. Okay, I'm a little hyper tonight, guys. I don't know why. Hey, Coretta, welcome. And D Smith, and Dee Dee. And if DB is in here, I can't remember if she was or not. I love Buffalo Check too. And the thing I like about it is you can put any color you want to with it. So I'm thinking about doing, I don't know. I was thinking about doing 4 different colors, but it would probably look better if I just stuck with red for everybody. Hey, Jennifer. All right, so here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to wait to turn on my press because it's hot in here. And yeah. Oh, let me go ahead and attach my camera. Now, there it is. Let's see how I like it. Ooh, I don't like that. Let's go like this. Try to move it over. Hey, Jolanda, welcome. Hey, Leland. Sharon, I did turn on the air. I didn't think about it until like 15 minutes before the live, maybe 12 minutes before the live, and I turned it on. But it's been hot here, and I'm upstairs over the garage. So if I walk over there and put the fan right on me for a little bit, that's where I'll be. All right, so here it is. If you came in, whoops. I don't like that one. Here's what we're doing if you came in a little bit late. Pumpkin season has the pumpkin, the inside of the pumpkin, the outside of the pumpkin, and the little hearts. The way I like to cut my designs is if there's words on it and if there's an outline on it, I really like to put those together. An outline is not touching the words. And I just tape off because I am a little bit OCD, not like the true OCD that suffers greatly, because I know they do. I just have some tendencies. And so, I use a ruler and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm going to put all these in at one time, and then I'll go back and I'll put the inside in and the stem. And so I just tape off between when I need to. Like Patrice does this, and she doesn't even need to. She's so good. There's D. Smith. I've never heard of a Pinners Conference. Hey, Linda Gray. And Monique, welcome. Hey, Eve. Eve, I'm using the ices. Okay, so I am going to start with, I'm just going to start at the top of what I'm working with now. So let's go ahead. Let me see what this tape is. I tend to put tape on the sides of my desk, and I just reuse it as much as I can because this pink tape's expensive. Whoopsie. But I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And for now, I think I'll just tape off right here. And let me get one of these little scraps and do a little bit right over here. All right, so for the words, I think I decided I was using Violet Volcano. So we're going to use Violet Volcano, we're going to use Grape, we're going to use Icy Pumpkin, we are going to use Icy Corn Silk, and we're going to use Icy Mocha. And we're going to put this on a black shirt. And I feel like these Violet Volcanoes will show up really well on a black shirt. We're getting ready to see. I know Angel B has used Violet Volcano a lot, and I know she also likes to use black shirts, so I'm assuming it's going to look lovely. There you are. If I forgot where things are in my own craft room. I was in my head. What thread hack? Oh, Eve got some variegated thread. What's the thread hack? Can you tell me the thread hack? And did anybody say what a pinning conference was? Okay, pinners conference. Okay, so 2 questions, and I'll watch for the answers. What is a pinners conference? And what's the thread hack? And I'll watch for the answers. Oh, I love this. Love this. If you love purple, but you also like a little variation within something, this Violet Volcano is gorgeous. It is not an AB stone. I'm not sure if it's color shifting or it's truly, I think it's truly a mixture, honestly, of different tones of purples that all go together. But Eve would definitely be able to answer that question better than I can. Okay. Hey, Rougie. Okay. Anybody gonna tell me what a pinners conference is? Shay, you gonna tell me what the thread hack is? Oh, I got a yellow one in there. So if this was happening, oh, thank you. Pinners Conference takes a name from like Pinterest. It's like an expo with all types of crafters and classes. The classes. Okay, I would like to go to that. Yeah, I like to go where there's true learning. So the classes. Thank you. I say if I was still working in the school and I was doing a classroom lesson, I'd be like calling on people. I can't call on you guys. But Brandy, I appreciate it. Hey, Patrice. Now, Shay Shay. I don't know where she went. Oh, okay. You posted in the group. You'll say, I was just getting ready to call you out, Shay Shay. Shame on me. Shame on me. You always have my back. You send me information about quilts, quilt blocks. You are a great resource. Okay, so there's the word pumpkin. Jesse, if you're still here, does it look good? See any wonky things in there? Oh, I do. I see an extra stone right there. Okay, I think that looks good. Think. Let's see, they have a vendor floor. Well, I like the vendor floors too. I got the vendor floor at Applique Getaway. Pickle Makers, Maker Flow has a big booth at the one in Atlanta. So when you say pickle makers, you mean like they might sell food too, like pickles, real pickles. Hey, Gail. No problem, Gail. Texas. Oh, it's there this weekend? Where is it? I didn't see Angel B come in, but hey, Angel B, I was just talking about you and that you have used this volcano before. And that you've probably used it on a black shirt, so I'm probably okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and let's do the pumpkin. And the trick to this is not accidentally lifting your mat and having your stones that you put on go all over the place. If it happens, it happens. It's happened before. But we're going to tape it off right here. And then I'm going to try to keep the stones south of pumpkin. Okay, so for the outline, I decided on icy corn silk. Yes, pickles, cakes, hair bows, vinyl wood signs, all sorts of things. You'll enjoy yourself. And my first one, I learned to make balloon art. Oh, those are very cool. My sister made one when my son graduated from pharmacy school, and it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Patrice, your hands are busy. Patrice is working. Working. She is the workingest person. She needs to have that song. What was the old song in the commercial? Basically, I can take care of kids, have a job, come home, fry it up in the skillet, because I'm a woman. That's Patrice. She can work all day, come home, work all night, take care of herself. And if you didn't see it, Patrice had a premiere at O Dark 100 this morning, 4 o'clock a.m. my time. I tried to stay up for it, Patrice, but I couldn't. So I watched the replay today. But she was doing a video on that pro-colored printer, the K13 Lite. And she did some really cute projects. Shirt, hat, canvas of a picture of her and her dad. I think it was her and her dad. Am I missing something? Okay, we are close. Uh-oh, did I mix up stones? Do not mix up your stones. There we go. I would usually put these stones up before I get these out, but I'm going to use those down here. Okay, what was the total? Oh, I wondered if you meant in the afternoon. Well, I made a great mistake. So I have a Vivore industrial sewing machine on the way. And when I plugged in my information, I made a typo in my zip code. And so instead of coming to southeast Kansas, it went to kind of mid-northern central Kansas. And it's been all over the place, to be quite honest. But I'm hoping it'll be here soon. Within a couple days. The table made it. Okay, I thought that was your dad. All right, so that is a very, very pretty outline color. That's going to really show up on a black shirt. But it's not just crystal. It's not a white crystal. It's a golden crystal. What was this color called? Icy corn silk. Now, let's put icy corn silk up before I get stuff mixed up. So I have this little dough. What are these called? A dough knife or a dough something? And so I can just place it. So I'm going to do, oh, here we can see it. I just place it under, when I use one, I don't always use this. I just place it under my cutting mat that I'm working on top of. Then use tilt it, and the stones go in there, and you put it right back in the container. Dough scraper, thank you. I actually got this several years ago, for glitter. And I used it for glitter, and I didn't like it for glitter because some of the glitter would stay stuck in there. And I don't use glitter much anyway. But it's perfect for rhinestones. And I think Eve might even sell some that are branded on her website. Eve, do you have those on your website? Early birds get the worm. Okay, so we're that far. Let's go ahead and do these hearts. Hey, Bobby, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So over here, my thought was to use grape because I really do like purple and orange and black. To me, those are, Halloween-y type colors. So if I didn't use grape, what are some colors you would use over here? What are some colors you would use over here? Of course, I'd love to use pink, but I'm not sure. Ooh, what about? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, Starla, welcome. Hot pink. Any other suggestions? I was thinking even about Hyacinth AB, which is orange with a pink hue to it. Okay, let's see how this works out. Use this thing to dump them out. I've never done this. I need my WWPD shirt on, so Teresa will tell me. Same colors for your pumpkin hand. Oh, for the stem. I thought you were going to say the same colors pumpkin season. Hi, Zelda. Terry, I didn't see you come in, but hey there. What am I doing? What in the world am I doing? That is not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. I have a little ADHD tonight. A little ADHD-ish. The stem words are hard this late in the week. Oh, the stem words are hard this late in the week. I gotcha. There is a silver stone. Ooh, I wonder about Arm Dorado over there, which is a gold stone, but that'd be pretty close to this color. So many choices. So many choices. All right. And this is why I can never do what Eve does. I think Patrice does it, where they gently put their fingers, well, I just pulled some out there. They gently rub their fingers over the top. Two things. My hands are sweaty. Also, I'm heavy-handed. I'm like a bull in a china shop. Hey, Kristen, welcome. I'm really excited to show you this silhouette design thing that I was working on today. Yeah, so cute. So cute. Thank you, guys. It's a little bit, if you're a beginner, it's a little bit complex, but what works is practice. Like once you kind of master the really easy things, starting to use more of the, it's not slicing in silhouette, but you know, the slice features, the crop features, all those things. Okay, it's starting to cool off in here. I'm feeling much better on phone, so can't eventually have no problem. I understand that. When I'm watching on my phone, I'm good just to get out. Hi there. Unless I do voice to text. But, and I know you can tag people on the phone, but I think you have to type out their whole name. Whereas when I tag people on a computer, I just put @ and I start their name and it pops up and I just click on it. And I haven't mastered that on my phone yet. And Dems has. She's fast. She's speedy. Dems, I don't know if you were in here earlier when I was talking about it, but thank you for, okay, there's two stones that are stuck together. Thank you for giving Tim your watch time. He really enjoyed people's comments. He told me that you had said something about water looks warm, and then, you know, he gets in and he's like, ooh. And it's like, oh, water looks cold. Okay, if I didn't have all this tape down, or different colored stones down, I would just keep brushing in stones down here to get them to fill in better. But I don't want to accidentally get them up into here. Hey, Janet, welcome. Janet, it seems like it's been a while since I've seen you. I hope everything is going okay. Okay, starting to collect them on the bottom of my hand, and then I picked up that same little twinsy stone that's stuck to another stone. Okay, we're getting there. Now here's the risk you take when you're putting everything together like this. When it's time to put your transfer tape down, if you have a mistake, you've just run all of your template instead of just one layer of your template. Not ruined, because you can scrape those stones off. And despite what some people say about whether they want to scrape or not, it's easy. Patrice, bring all your scrape things to Bling Fest. I'll scrape them. All right. Let's get these put up. That is looking good. I like it. Like it. I think I might wait to put those hearts down. I need something to speak to me before I'm ready to commit to those. Hey, Darnell, welcome. Welcome. see. Tell us about your new industrial. Miss Joyce, I don't have it yet. Thank you, Bobby. It's a Vivor, which Vivor products are often like, what's it called, white labeled stuff that they just label. It's, it's not the super top of the line exquisite stuff that you get when you walk into a sewing center and all that, but it's also inexpensive, and they reached out to me about doing this review, and so it's really, really, really inexpensive because it's, they gave it to me. But yeah, I'm excited to use it. Okay, pack those things up. I'll bring my scraper. All right, let's go ahead and transfer this and get it on the shirt. I'm on the heat press. I don't even remember. Okay, I was doing DTF last on here, so that or just pressing fabric for my quilt. I don't remember, is it 350 or 340? 350. And I do mine for 15 seconds. You can do them longer, and if you are doing it on something like denim, something that's thicker, harder to stick to, then I think Eve says do it longer, don't do it hotter. Hey, Tracy. Tracy Johnson. Jessie said check the pumpkin. Thank you. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Sometimes the camera angles make it where something doesn't show up well, so that could be what was going on. Or sometimes it might sit a little off. But thanks, Cheryl. Oh, Quilt Winch, that's my husband. Thanks. Thanks, Sharon. I think he does a very nice job editing. And Patrice, there was food. There was food. Okay, so let me go ahead and get some transfer tape. I was on that trip with him, so I was like, we're doing food. We are videoing the food. And I think he actually enjoyed that because he went with our married couple friend that we usually go with. He went with him, and I stayed back for to help his mom out with something. Whoops, did I knock that out? Okay. And they videoed cooking again. So I don't know when he'll edit that video. Okay, so this is Hot Fix transfer tape. It is not your basic transfer tape for like adhesive vinyl. It does need to be something that can withstand the heat. I do have Eve's, the baby's booty site linked in my video description. And so she sells the flock, the stones, the transfer tape. I did put this template in the video description, and I put a general link to my Etsy shop in the video description. So, thank you. Okay, here we go. What I like to do is curve it up a little bit, and then I like to just lightly hold it on the sides. I don't hold it tight. I just barely hold it, and go down in one swift motion. And what you can't do, and most of you have been here and done rhinestones as long as I have, you can't put it down and then pick it up because you're going to pull some of those out. I mean, you can, but you're going to have a little issue to fix. So that's cute so far. There's what it looks like so far. You can't really see it, can you? And my shirt is right over here. Thanks, Nicole. I did it. I did it. I reorganized my shirts a while back. I spent 1 week where I didn't really feel like crafting because it was utter chaos in here. And it's kind of chaos right now too. Yeah. My room doesn't look like what it looks like back here. My room looks messy. This is almost up to temperature. It's hot enough that I can preheat my shirt. Hey Betty, welcome. So we are going to preheat this shirt so that we can remove any moisture that's in it. And it gives you a nice smooth area. And when I should have my lint roller, I'll grab it here in a minute. When I press shirts, I like to have the collar off the edge of the press, because what I have found, especially with polyester shirts, so if you're doing sublimation, what I have found, especially on those shirts, is it causes your collar to have a different texture because the collar's thicker and is made a little different. And so, I like to make sure my collar is off. So let's go ahead and heat that. I'm going to grab, duh, you got to close it first, Marilyn. I'm going to grab my lint roller. Alrighty. Alright, let me lay this aside. Let's see, I think doing the hearts in bearing, that's a good idea, quilt wench. That is a good idea. Like dark green, medium green, light green, or dark orange. Well, not orange because I'm doing so much orange already. I like that idea. Or even, yeah, 3 different colors. Maybe that's getting a little much. Okay. Get off there. Let's go ahead and be nice to myself and fold this in 2. So we can find a nice center spot. Hey, Gammy Moore, welcome. You like my new sign? I'm a little bit on the fence about it. I don't know. Okay. Now, when I made this, my collar, let's see. Excuse me, the tag doesn't look like it's quite in the center. It's pretty close. It's just kind of leaning. Oh, why am I big? I don't need to be big anymore. Okay, so when I made these, I made it where the pumpkin center was in the center so that it would be easy for you and me to know where to put these down. Now I have an extra stone, right? Oh, it came out. Okay, it'll be okay. On one of my next presses, I'll just set that stone down into place. Or I could just, let me just put it on the back. Marilyn, be careful. I'll just put it on the back here. So I had a stone that came out, and it goes right here. You guys, I rarely, ever lose a stone. And I was doing a video, and I didn't even notice I had one stone that had come out of my shirt. I was like, that didn't ever happen. And then, of course, my eye goes straight to that straight to that area in the video. Okay, and the center of the pumpkin is pretty easy because it's just where that divot is. So I'm gonna pull my shirt down a little bit. Pumpkin season is not gonna jump out as much as the, well, I knocked one off there. Pumpkin season is not gonna jump out as much as the pumpkin will because pumpkin's going to be in orange. Now, it's hard to tell if it's straight because the tape isn't straight. And so, yep, I'm bringing out the ruler, bringing it out. And I think I need to move it down just a tad bit myself. Maybe. Okay, so from that goes, what was that? Okay. I don't like this ruler so much because it has this dead space here. So I would never rely on this ruler unless I do what they call burning an inch, where you start the 1 inch mark there. I don't know why you make a ruler like that, but I don't make rulers. Okay, so it says 16 3/4, so it's 15 3/4. Let's go down to this end. Hey, that's pretty darn close. And you know the shirt's not made perfect. So do I really want to move it down? Because once I move it down, I'm going to have to deal with it again. This is a pretty tall design. So it's a pretty tall design. I don't need to move it down, do I? You guys think I need? I'll move it down if you think I need to. Is that too high? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks good. Thanks, Evelyn. I don't think I said hi to you, Evelyn. Yes, Nicole, it came off, but I'm going to go ahead and press this on, and then when I do my next layer, I'm going to add it. Or maybe right after I'm done with this. I just didn't want to, I didn't notice that one until I put it down. I didn't want to peel it up. Because, ouch, if you've ever seen me, I can get in a tailspin where I'm moving and moving and moving and moving my design until my little brain sees it as where it should be. So just press that for 15 seconds. Thanks, Beverly. Yeah, you understand that? Now I saw stone a second ago. I don't know where it went. Hopefully it's not stuck somewhere else on that transfer tape. Hopefully. Nope, it's not. That's good. Okay. Peel that off, and then I'm going to reuse this for everything I do on this shirt. So here's what we have so far. And if you do, like, if you cut it out all together like that, then you know that the stem's going to fit. If you cut them out separately, just be careful. I would at least cut the two words together, and then next thing I'd probably do is the pumpkin, because you see it's pretty close down to the word season. And then the last thing I would do is the stem or the hearts, the stem and the hearts. Okay, cute. I love all the rhinestones on black shirts. Yeah, I like my stone setter for that too. Okay, let's put this stone up. Now let's do the pumpkin. And the pumpkin is going to be done in Icy Pumpkin. How apropos. If you just came in recently, this template does come with a second set of words, cute little pumpkin. And actually, I just did 2 full files so they'd be put together the way they need to be put together because, it's just copy-paste. the stuff that's in common, no big deal. But this one only is like 8.2 inches wide. This one that I'm doing here is, I think Stacy said 8.99 or 9.2, so about 9 inches wide. So it's not a huge design. And I wanted it to be kid friendly. I wanted you to be able to put it on a kid shirt. This one that's a little bigger, it's going to be a perfect size for an adult shirt. The other one you could put on a pretty small shirt. I have a youth small over there, and I'm not going to make the actual shirt, but I'll kind of show you how wide. I'll put tape that's as wide as that other one. I'll put that tape on the shirt, and you'll see how wide it would be. Tracy, I have to piece that in. Thank you. Hey, Kelly. I didn't want to pull up that layer after I got it put down exactly where I wanted it. Okay, somebody's talking about something. I have a hard time getting, let's see what Jan said. I have a hard time getting all the stones up at one time. I always have to fix them. When I started with small things, very small things. And then, you know, build my confidence, get a little larger, build my confidence. And after a while, it gets there. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Shay Shay. No, definitely not, Kristen. I do not want a belly shirt. Thanks, Nicole. Enjoy your Bible study. No questions are dumb questions. Okay. So this is YDYB, and it's just what Michael on oh crud, I can't even think of his channel. He says, "You do you, boo," and I like that phrase, so I just did the YDYB because, you know, it's kind of his phrase. I mean, it's not his phrase, but I didn't want to put that on a shirt, so I just did the initials for it. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Okay, Eve, what did you, thank you, Mr. Crafty Pants. What were you saying you've heard whispers of but you're not sure? Because I missed it. And I'm nosy. If you guys haven't seen Unbiased series of shorts, you're so nosy. That's funny. I am nosy. Very. I mean, not nosy in a bad way. I'm very inquisitive, very curious, and nosy. Oh, it's kind of hard to read because it's a little bit abstract. But I knew what you meant, but winch. Nobody was talking when you asked your question. Oh, so you responded to somebody and said, I've heard whispers about it, but not sure of something. I put tape over the bottom of this pumpkin, and I'm not sure what you guys are chatting about. And I'm so nosy. Okay, so there's some stuck in the little hole where these would hang on a pegboard. Dig those out. And then right here, guys, this is not attached to my desk very well. Give me a second to get this. Ah! Okay. Need to spend some time on that thing. Ooh, looky there, looky there. So see, my tape covered up those holes. I'm digging out just enough. There we go. Gail, you're nosy too. We're all nosy. Betty sent, who's Betty? Betty, which Betty? Betty sent me a message that Buc-ee's is supposedly coming to my town. Oh, oh, nice. My first time to go in a Buc-ee's, maybe my only time, was on our trip in 2023 out to Charlotte for Bling Fest. And we stopped at one on the way out, one on the way back. I'm sure I've stopped at one more, but I can't remember where. We didn't stop on the way to Dallas for Applique Getaway, although we did pass one. They're like Cracker Barrel on steroids when it comes to the little shop stuff that you can get. Okay, so I don't need my huge piece of transfer tape for that, and I keep a drawer here of scraps. So many scraps. So let's see if I can find one. That'll work. Thanks, Jessie. Hey, Mylene, welcome. Oh, you went to your 5th location, 25 more to go. Well, Eve, when you come around my parts, there's one over by Springfield, which is only 2 hours from me, and the Springfield Leather Company store that's humongous. It's their main warehouse area, is in Springfield. We could do some damage there. Buc-ee's, leather. There's like 3 or 4 sewing centers in Springfield. Now, Springfield's not a big town. I mean, it's a city. It's a small city. But they have a Buc-ee's, they have Springfield Leather, and they have sewing centers. What more could you want? They have Bass Pro. Otis and Tim could go to Bass Pro. Of course, they've had Bass Pro forever, and you know, now it's so common to have Dick's Sporting Goods or, oh gosh, what's the other one that's, what is the other really large one that has live fish in it? You may know. Okay, what are they planning here? The city is not Buc-ee's learning. Okay. Okay, I didn't see it if Patrice said anything. Okay, I think, yeah, I have this upside down. Let me turn it over. It's easy to tell the top side because you have the divot there. And I made this pumpkin from scratch. I made an oval. And cut part of the oval out. And then I used the same one on both sides. And then I used point editing to edit this right here. So this is my pumpkin. Now I want to be careful not to put any stones on top of the others, because when I was talking about that stone that I noticed had come off when I was looking at it, it was like right here. Let me see if you can see this. Right here, those are a little close, and that's because I need to move my shirt over a little bit because I stretched it a little bit. The design is perfectly fine. When you see it on the computer, you can tell the design doesn't have an issue. You just have to manipulate your shirt sometimes. And so I can tell right here, right down here, that I probably, and right there, I'm too close to that side now at the bottom. And I used to not realize you could just pull and stretch and manipulate your shirt. And then I saw Patrice doing that one time. It's like, oh, duh. Duh, you can do it. Okay. That one's a little close, but it's not on top of it. Okay, the OCD tendencies are kicking in, people. Kicking in. Okay, don't look so close. Back off. Back off. Okay. You'd be there every night. Oh. Well, Eve, I'm almost hoping they don't win because, you know, you would be able to find some every night to buy. The purple's purpling. Thanks, Brandy. Taking apart one. Okay. It is getting close to time for me to decide what color to use for those hearts. I don't want to do it. I'm not ready to do it. So we'll move on to the stem. I can use this for the stem. I can probably even get the stem over this one because when I do an individual stone, I still like to have some tape over it because as that heat press is coming down, I want to make sure the stone doesn't shift. Okay, where did I hide my stem? There it is. Hey, Rosalind. Welcome. All right, let's go ahead and get these stones put up back here. Have a few on the table. I'll just put those back up on this cutting mat. Put my little dough scraper under it. He rushes you every time when you go. I do have to say they have the nicest bathrooms. The nicest bathrooms. Here's the one and only thing that I didn't really like about Buc-ee's was you couldn't clean your windshield while you were pumping your gas. The windshield cleaning stations were off in a different area and there wasn't very many of them. And when you're traveling, 16 hours, you need to wash your windshield. All right, this is Icy Mocha. Let's just put a few of them out here. We're not going to need very many. I did put the number of each stone in the template, in the video description. In the description of the template, so if you need that, that's in there. I don't so much look at that, but people that are selling shirts often sell them based on the stone count, and so even though you may not need it because you have plenty of stones, you would have it for your stone count for pricing purposes. Okay, let's just use this thing again. And then I need one. Get in there. Come on. There we go. I need one. I know, Chris, it's crazy. They actually want to see through that bug goo. Welcome in, Chris. I love the pumpkin, the icy pumpkin, and the icy corn syrup together. I kind of wanted to go with a black around it, but I wanted to really, really set off. Let's see. I wanted to really set off the pumpkin. Now, that stem is kind of close to the same color as the pumpkin, but not really. But I'm wondering, should I... In this camera, it looks very different than the pumpkin. But I have more browns. Let's see. Can you guys see that? I think I should change that to a different brown. You think it looks good? I mean, I want brown that'll show up. But, I don't know, what do you guys, you like this stem? It looks, okay, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Jesse said it looks good. Cheryl, Kristen, we're going for it. And then let's go ahead and put one stone down there. And then let's go ahead and replace the stone right there that I knocked off. And here we go. This little this little bear thing I have ready to go on a hat. All I'm going to do is cut off a corner and use that over that stone. Hi, Jay Mama. Welcome. Okay, hey, Banana. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the stone with the tape, and then I can put it back down where it looks like it goes, and then that's not going to move. It's time to do the stones. Okay. The hearts. I am seeing green. I mean green for the hearts, not green with envy. I'm seeing green. I'm seeing kind of a light green. I am seeing, I might be seeing Peridot AB. Maybe Peridot AB. We'll think about that. I could do wintergreen, I could do peridot, I could do Peridot AB, or orange. I'm seeing green. I'm seeing green, so I get more color in this shirt. And the only reason I'm letting this cool a little bit is because when you put something hot on this mat, it warps it. There we go. Oh, Peridot AB might be I don't think Peridot AB. I think a medium green. Let me grab my green. Grab my green. See what I call a bling vault. And I'll bet a lot of you have bling vaults as well. I'm not the only bling vault person. Okay, this is my favorite color green. It's green zircon. I love that. Love, love, love it. But it is a little dark. And all we have on the hearts is the outline. So you do have to consider that you don't have all the heart filled in. You have an outline. And so I think this might be a little darker than what I'd want. Although, I don't know, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Thank you, guys. Okay, but it does have a bluish tint to it. There's blue zircon and green zircon. The green zircon has more green than blue, and the blue zircon has more blue than green. I like that color, but I'm just not sure that it would be the best for an outline. Now, maybe this one is my favorite color green. This one is seafoam green, but it's really, really light. That's pretty. And it's hard for you guys to really see in this camera because I hate this stupid webcam. I need to figure out if my webcam, all I remember is plug and play. If it has software, I'm supposed to be able to go in there and get the saturation up to like real life and not desaturate it. I don't really want to spend the money. You get off of there on a new one. Hey, Stitch and Shine. Yes, I love this seafoam. Oh my gosh. And either seafoam in the buy-in or just the buy now. Yeah, quote winch. I think it might be a little too light too. It's not distinguishable enough from that. So then, I don't think I'm going to use Peridot AB. It's not as light as not crystal light. It's not as light as the seafoam green. Yeah, you guys can't really see that, can you? Okay, I'm heading toward winter green. Martha says wintergreen or pine. I'm not sure if I have pine, but I do have wintergreen, and I brought it out here. I think that's, Martha, I think that's the one that's going to look the best. It's not dark, it's not light, it's in the middle. Like emerald would be so dark and all it is one outline that I don't think emerald would show up very well. We're going to go with this one. Okay, Jesse, what's the no about? Icy Jade? Well, let me look. Let me look. Ooh, okay, hold on. Icy Moss. Icy Lime. Icy Lime might be a little too Halloween. That Icy Moss is pretty. Those have a similar depth of color. This one's icy, so it has more facets, or however you want to say the words. There's pink, I just don't think. I think green. I'm seeing green. You keep changing your mind? Icy Moss, maybe. Yeah, I think either of these would look great. Icy Jade, huh? I have Icy Lagoon. I have Icy Sky, Icy Ocean, and Icy Turquoise. I'm trying to keep, like, this says light cyan AB because I apparently got light cyan AB in it, but I'm reusing these and trying to keep my similar colors together. So, Icy Jade, huh? Let me go take a look. I'm not sure. You like the Icy Moss? Yeah, I think Icy Moss and Wintergreen are very similar. The Icies are really, really, really sparkly. Let me check for Icy Jade. See an Icy Jade. So we are going to go with either Wintergreen or Icy Moss. And since I'm kind of on an icy kick, let's do Icy Moss. Because they're going to have the same kind of look. Oh, the Icy Jade is new. Okay. Okay. Icy Moss. Icy Moss. Yeah, if I was doing what Quilt Niche said, I could do dark, medium, white. But I'm gonna do this. I do like that idea though, the various depths of the same color family. Quilt Lynch, no. Yeah, the emerald is too dark. Okay. Yes. Final answer is Icy Moss. Okay. Oh, I think this is going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. Picking stone colors is, to me, is a difficult thing. I like that. That gives me a little bit darker than seafoam, but it gives me kind of a seafoam vibe. Whatever it is, I like it. Okay, let's make sure I put it in the right container. I did say this is Icy Moss, right? I've only mixed up colors, I think, one time, like truly mixed up colors. I've had a stone or two that accidentally get in the wrong color because, you know, well, like here's a spare stone right here that I need to put in the right container later. What do I do with my little small piece? There it is. It is, Bobby. We talked about pink, Shay Shay. We talked about it. Quilt Lynch even said hot pink. So this camera that's overhead is a really, really inexpensive webcam that I got off of Amazon, like $30-some. But I don't remember the brand. I need to look and see in my purchasing history and figure out what I can use to dial in the settings better. I didn't realize you could do that, and then somebody on my live said you should be able to change it, and I kind of forgot about it. Okay, so I'm going to look at my design so I can see where it's meant to go. You can put it wherever you want, but you know I want it to go. You know I want it to go where I wanted it to go. So it's going to go. I'm going to start under the middle stone of the end. And it's going to tilt out this way a little bit. Man, it's hard to see with the glare. It's really hard to see with the glare. It really doesn't matter if it's not exactly right, Marilyn. It really doesn't. It won't be okay. I promise you. All right, last press, and then we're going to go online. Not online, we're going to look at the computer. And we are going to look at something I'm working on that I'm liking how it's looking. Oh no, got the wrong jelly roll. Not good. Not if you were counting on that other jelly roll for something in particular. Okay. Get my icy mocha stone put up here. Cute. I like it. What do you guys think? Do you like the colors? Should I have gone with a lighter purple? I think it's cute. And it's really not a big template. It's a barely over 9 inches wide. And then I did want to show you, thanks Patrice, thanks Jessie. I did want to show you, thanks DB, thank you everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did want to show you on a toddler, not a toddler shirt. Let's see, what size is this? Unless you were having a toddler take pictures and you were monitoring the whole time, I would not put rhinestones on a toddler shirt because they could chew on them and chew them off. I mean, I don't know that many toddlers would, but it's not recommended for that reason. So this is an extra small shirt, a youth shirt. See, Gildan, extra small. And let's see. The widest part of it is cute little. So let me, okay. Ice white chocolate mocha coffee. You want ice? Thanks, Darnell. Thanks, Porgy Town. Thanks, Starla. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Demps. Okay, so there's the widest part of this template. This is an extra small youth. And there's where it is. Now, I would start it up higher because it's a fairly tall template. Let's see, start there, about 8.5, which would be to here. So it would fit right inside there. Now this is an extra small youth, so it would definitely work on a kid's shirt. Okay. Yeah, D. I'm looking forward to, well, that's for a boy, it's for my great nephew, but I love rhinestones. One of my favorite shirts was a copper colored shirt, and I can't remember what stones I used on it, but oh, it was so pretty. Okay, let me figure out if I'm going to be able to see the comments. Let me grab my phone and find my live stream on my phone so I can see comments. Whoops, while I'm doing this, because it drives me crazy when I can't see what people are saying. Because if you have a question or something. There we are. Okay, Mint Mobile. Let's get through the commercial. There we go. Okay. So let me find. I thought I left my design open. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Now, can I get this guy up here? Here we go. Okay, so I was just playing around. And let me set my phone here so I can see. Wait, where'd the comments go? Here we go. Yes, okay. So Jesse's talking about something here. On a little kid shirt, you can use holographic sparkle vinyl. I really wish I had. I'll show that to you before we get off of here. You can cut that out with your Cricut, your Romeo, your whatever. And when you're using the holographic sparkle vinyl, you can even change the size of the templates. Now, don't make it so tiny that the holes are teeny tiny, because that's going to be hard for your machine to cut out. What would you recommend for the child that has a shine? Okay, yeah, so what Jesse was talking about. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Don't let me forget, because it is a great, great option. Okay, so can you see my screen? I think you can. Let's go ahead and make the screen larger. So I ended up putting together these wavy lines. And what I did is I found just a thin line, and I welded to make this fat line. And then the top wasn't matching up, or the bottom wasn't matching up with the top quite right. So then I was using a rectangle to slice this top out of, and then I use that rectangle kind of like as a mold to do the bottom. So I have them, I have where I want them now, but let's just start from scratch. Okay, so if you have a favorite team, so let's see. Oh, Sharon likes the Cowboys. They're blue, silver, and do they have 3 colors? Let me go with some local high school colors here. Okay, so we're going to turn that one kind of a maroon color. So I'm just going to click up here. That's pretty good. Close enough. And then we'll do this one the same. So I'm selecting this one. I'm going to go to this eyedropper tool and then click on it. Okay, so white. Okay, let's do Cowboys. That's not the right color, is it? They're darker. Are they darker? We're going to pretend like that's the Cowboys color. Okay, so we use the dropper and pick that color. Or I could just select one, hold my shift key down, and select another one. So now let's go with a light gray. That's going to represent white for now. And I'll show you why I'm not changing it yet. What happened? What did I do? I clicked on the wrong one. So we should have blue, silver, and then we're going to make this darker gray. And then this would be blue again. And then this would be silver. And then this one would be gray. I was working with white earlier, and the problem is when you slice things out of white, you can't hardly see it because your background. So I would change it to white later. Okay, so we have our blue, white, gray. Hey, Marlies. And now we are just going to we're going to do a C for Cowboys. Or maybe there's enough room to do a CB, but they would be really skinny. Okay, so what I could do is stretch this out some. I kind of made it for a single letter. Let's just keep going with a C. Okay, so we're going to click over here on the text tool, and I'm just going to click anywhere over here, and I'm going to do a lowercase c, and I'll show you the reason why. Let me select it, make it larger, and then for now we are going to, if I move my phone, and get a dark color. The reason I did a lowercase c was because I like this font called University or Varsity Regular. If I do a capital C with Varsity Regular, you would get something very different. And it's a pretty look, but it's hard to deal with because it's hard. Well, I'll just show you. So let's do Varsity Regular. And I love that look, but look, if I hit ungroup, they don't go apart. If I hit Hey Tionda, if I hit release compound path, look what happens. Then, and I figured it out one time, then you're slicing and dicing and all that good stuff. So when I want that look, I just do it by doing offsets off of offsets. And so I want this C to be chunkier than that. So I'm going to start with an offset. I'm going to click over here on offset. See, this is a very squared off letter. And so I want my offset to be squared off as well. So let's go back to offset. Okay, let me go back. When I moved it, did it. Okay, so I'm going to click on it again, hit offset, and then I'm going to get squared off, a squared off offset. Okay, that looks better. So now I can pull this away and I can use this C instead because it's much chunkier, and that's what I'm going for. So let's move it over here. And I'm really more excited about this up here, which I'm going to put a flower on too. Okay, so we're going to make it large enough so that you get parts of all the colors. And what in the world size of page do I have here? 12 by 12, okay. So that's 6 inches wide. Let's make it bigger. I want to maximize getting as much of that color as I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and make it a little wider. Now notice these tiny little gaps in there. When I didn't have tiny gaps, even if it was barely touching, and I was doing this process, it was causing a lot of little artifacts. But I can get those lines closer together than what they are. So to figure out where you need to stop, I'm going to zoom in a long way. I'm going to start moving it up until I want about that much of a gap. Let's see, is there any gap there? Well, let's just keep going. I'll show you what happens if they touch. And I've already made sure these are the same on the left side. So if, first thing would be select all these things and say to align them on the left. But I had already done that. Okay, so now let's just pick a few of these. Start moving those up. I want to zoom in as far as I can until it looks like they're closed in. I'm telling you, that's probably going to come out with some artifacts. We're going to go down one. I've been playing with this, and weird things happen when they're just even barely touching. Okay, let's zoom back in. Now I like to get as close as I can. Moving those layers up. Okay, I think that's okay. I can see a tiny bit of white. Two more to go. So I'm just using the up arrow on my keyboard to do this. And then this is the last one, I think. Whoops. I hit it so many times it just kept going. Okay, we're going to see if that works okay. So now I want to go ahead and group these. And in a minute you're going to be like, well, why did you spend that much time figuring out what colors you wanted? Because something weird's going to happen. If you want to see what's behind your C, you can just click on your C and you can click on my C. Okay, why are you doing that? Click on my C, go to the color palette, and then you can make it transparent. So this allows me to see where those waves are. Like, do I want this hump to be in the middle? Do I not want it to be in the middle? If I want the hump to be in the middle, I'm going to use my right arrow key and move my C over. And then we're going to go ahead and maximize this just a little bit more. And I can see on this side, I'm going to get a little bit of the gray, the white, the blue. Over here, I'm going to have some blue. Okay, so I think that looks good. Now this next step is where sometimes it works right and sometimes I have to figure a workaround. But I am going to select my grouped item and my C. And let's go to Object, Modify, and let's try Crop. Let's try Crop. Okay. Now, do you see all those little things right there? That is because the top layer and the bottom layer where those meet, we're barely touching. So you have to deal with those artifacts. And we'll do that here in just a second. Okay, so remember, why did I spend so much time? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Hold on, we're going back. I broke my own rule. Okay. I like to keep a copy. There we go. Good to hear praying for continued healing. Gail, I'm not sure what's going on, but hopefully you're okay. Okay, so we're going to select, well, here, let me show you. Where were they barely overlapped? Was it this one? Let's see. Let me figure that out. Object, modify, subtract. I've tried crop. Let's see what happens if you do crop. About the same thing. Or is that what I did last time? Let's go to subtract. Yep, I don't want that. I thought that intersecting would work because it would keep the parts that intersect. Well, that didn't work. So what I found was to go down to crop. Okay, so the ones that are touching are this and this. So let's go back and move that down just a little bit. Just one downward click on my keyboard. Boy. There, let's try that. Am I in the right place? I hope that was the right place. We're going to group those back together and then select everything, object, modify, and crop. Okay, so those artifacts are gone. So if you want them slightly overlapped, you can, but you have to remember to move everything off the screen, select all those artifacts, and delete them. Okay, so now I'm going to look at this. I'm going to move it up some. Move it up so I can see it. And this, hold down the shift key. And this one, I think. Yes. Those are that color. Now it's looking like that because it's transparent. I'll go ahead and group those together. And then this next one, and then the one under the blue. So I'm holding the shift key down, grabbing it. Those are the what's going to be white. And I'll go ahead and group those. And then the other one's fine. Now see the little red lines in there, those pesky red lines? I hate those, and they just come back after a lot of different features that you do. So let's go up to Panels, Line Style, click on this right side here, and then hit the X. Now one thing that I didn't do, and it'll show up here in a minute, so I like to grab a grouping, move it off. Okay, I know I'm set. Grab this grouping, move it off. I know I'm set. Grab this grouping, move it off. It is not grouped, so I'm going to hold the shift key and grab everything else. Whoa, that should have been blue. I made that the wrong color. Okay. I'm still in the line style, so I have to go back to fill color. Now I can change it blue and make it not transparent. Okay, so let's group all those together. Okay, so do I have this all grouped? Nope. So we're going to group that. And then let's go ahead and turn down. Didn't have that in the group. I don't know how I missed it. Okay, so now that's grouped. I think we're all grouped now. That's grouped. And that's grouped. Okay, so now what I want is an outline around this. So I am going to take my original G. I'm going to make a copy of it. I'm going to go ahead and turn the transparency that way. And we're going to do an offset of that. Let me get caught up. Hey, Viola. So let me move this stuff out of the way. And we'll go over here, go to the offset panel, click offset. We're going to click over here on an outside offset. And let's make the offset a little bit bigger. You can see it moving there. That'll look good. We'll say apply. And then let's turn that a color so you can see what we have. So right now, I could put this offset behind that, but I don't like to layer my vinyls ever. So what I need to do is select both layers and go, first I'm going to copy and paste so I have a sphere. So I'll select both layers, go Object, Modify, and this time we're subtracting. We're subtracting the top layer from the bottom layer. And I'll change it a different color here in a minute. But for now I'm going to move it over here and zoom in and go up and get rid of the red lines. There we go. And then we're going to place this up against the design. Sometimes you have little minuscule gaps. I was kind of hoping you did. Okay, there's one. So I could show you how I fix it. First of all, we might be able to just move this left one. That might have fixed it, but I get into editing points if I have a gap and I need to deal with that. And for now, I want to change this a different color. Not the panel, not the line style. And I'm ruining your Cowboys letter. Okay, let's turn off the red lines. Okay, so I want those to be dark so that I can take this yellow one and I can turn up the transparency so that I can see, except that I'm still on the lines. I hate that they always show those red lines and then I forget to go back to fill color. I'm going to make it more transparent so I can see, are there any major overlaps where there shouldn't be. I just want it touching it so that it will weld to it. I think I'm okay. So let's go ahead and turn that back to, we can go white now. And probably I would have the white be a smaller area and have that a different color. But let's say we want the outside to be blue. I think there needs to be more blue. So I'm going to use the eyedropper and select my blue. Now you can see there's a tiny little space there. It is not going to weld correctly. There's a tiny space there. If we try, let's select the blue, hold down the shift and add that outline to it. I'll go up to Object, Modify, and Weld. And there's still a gap there. So that didn't work. So how do you fix that? There's a couple ways. Let me make sure the weld undid. Nope, it's still there. I hate that sometimes I cannot go back beyond the weld, but there we go. I think it did. Okay, so there are a couple ways to fix this. Let's show both. I'm going to copy and paste so I have my extra set of it. I love editing points, and so the first way would be to use your editing points. So we're going to click on this outside piece, and we're going to have our points show up. What I want is for this whole piece right here to be a little lower. So I want this one. I'm going to hold shift, add this one, this one, and I'll keep going over there. Here's another way you can do it though. You can, let's get the points to show back up. You can hold the shift key down and you can just circle around all of them that you want to touch. Okay, so those are the ones I want to touch. I don't know why that one is selected. Can I deselect it? No, it did not deselect. It's tied to that one for some reason. So we're going to see what we get. This one down here is not white, so I don't think it's going to cause a problem. Okay, so all I'm going to do, now that I have the 8 points that I need selected, is I'm going to hit my down arrow and voila, it filled it in. Now let's look at the sides over here. See this? See, I want these two blue layers to be together. Let me use my editing points. Click on, let me see where I am first of all. Let's go ahead and convert that to a path. Why are they not showing up? Object, okay, let's ungroup. Let's ungroup again. I just have to play around until I figure it out. There we go. Okay. So now it looks like they're touching. So I think I'm going to be okay there. Here we're not touching. What I can do here is just move this up a little bit. And I think we're going to be okay, but let's see. I want to select everything that's blue and weld it all together. So I'm going to go up here to panels and go select by color. I want to select by the fill color, the color you see. So I'll click over here. And notice it says only shapes on the median. That means only shapes in here. So I'm not going to get all these other pieces of blue. So let's click on that blue. And then let's go object, group. Let's go object and weld. Now please all be together, and it is. Okay, so that one's done. And, you know, the colors don't look great because it's the wrong colors, I guess. Let's see, that should be gray. But I just think it's kind of fun to learn. I think that's kind of cute. What I really like, let's just group all that together. What I really like this for would be something else. And that's to do, we're going to add a flower to this. So I basically did the same thing. I took my original set of wavy lines. Now I can't remember if these are the ones I moved apart or not. And let me ungroup them. And we're just going to pick some colors. And we could pick lots of different colors. Let's go pink. Let's go yellow. Let's go this green. Ooh, no, let's not do that green. Let's go blue. Let's go I like that green, but that's a little too much. Let's just do that. And I would probably do color themes. Like I like just having 3 colors and rotating them. Let's do another. I don't like that up there. I don't like this at all. Okay, let's see. Pink, yellow, blue, bright. Let's do another pink and then yellow. Good enough, good enough, good enough. Okay. So I'm going to group those together. And I'm not even paying attention to the chat. I believe these are free. Yeah, because I'm not using the rhinestone panel or anything like that. So I think these are part of the free. A rainbow, that would be cute too. Okay, so I have those all grouped together. I want to copy and paste because if I mess up, I want to have a set. Now I want to add a letter. And so we are going to go over here to the A. And let's do a K for Kristen since she spoke up about the rainbow. Let's make it big. Big, big, big. And then I want to go right up here to the fonts. And I want to remember this is called, I think it starts with a K. Let's see. I don't think that's it. No. First of all, let me change it so I can see it. Frequently used. Well, it wasn't any of those. I should write down my fonts. If you see a wavy-ish font, let me know. Because I want that font again. Darn it. Well, that's kind of cute. Okay, if I can't find it, we're coming back to that because that's cute. But I really like that other one. They say they're recently used. Why is it not there? Sorry, guys. But if you play around and play around and play around, there are so many things that you can do. They're kind of fun to do. There it is. Kinder Frosty. Goodness sakes. Okay, so let's make this bigger. Let's move it up a little bit. And then I'm going to say ungroup so I get rid of all that excess space. Okay, let's turn this. Let's just go a dark gray and let's make it somewhat transparent. See if we like the way it's sitting. I think that looks fine. So I'm going to make a copy of all of this. I'm going to need that K later to make my offset. So now remember we chose everything and we went up to object, modify. Now when I did this before, crop didn't work, but it did this time. There's all those stupid artifacts. Okay, so let me show you what I was talking about that you have to do. Let me, if you get those artifacts, select everything strategically. Don't just circle around everything because you're going to get the artifacts. And when I want to see if I've selected everything, I just turn it all one color and I can see what I missed. So I hold the shift back down, add that to it, and now we can turn it all back to gray. So we're going to go object, group. We're moving that off. And look, you cannot see those tiny little artifacts, but they're going to show up in your cup file. So I select them all and delete them. Now we're good to go back to our colors. So let's ungroup. Okay, so Roy G. Biv, is that what you want me to do? Red, right? Red. Orange, I guess. Yellow. We're not going to have enough. We're not going to have enough. Oops, those are grouped together. Why can't I ungroup those? What in the world? Okay. Okay, I'm stumped now. There's my little artifacts, but that doesn't tell me why I can't release those two things. Let me group them for now. Okay, get rid of you. And this is why, oh, look, it put them together. They welded or they did something. Okay, we're just going to roll with it because this live's getting really long and this is tedious and boring. So red, orange, yellow, blue. And then let's do, I don't like that yellow at all. Purple. Oh, that's why it's transparent. Okay, good enough. Kristen, I'm sorry, the middle of the K didn't do quite right, but I don't want to go back and, you know. Hey, 755. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Not boring. Okay, thank you. So now let's, well, what color do you want your offset to be, Kristen? I would do it a color that's already in here, but you don't have to. Let me get rid of the lines. Okay. Okay. You want to do, and it doesn't have to be one of those colors. It can be any color you want. Yeah, that is weird. I think it's just those two layers were too close together. So, okay. Now I'm just, you know, I talked about being inquisitive earlier. Now I'm just wanting to know what the heck's going on. I'm thinking that'll fix it. Yep, that fixed it. Whoops. I can't stand that. Cannot stand that. This looks like Toucan Sam. Okay. Sorry, we're starting over. Red. I'll make it a little bit darker red. Orange. Yellow. Red, orange, yellow. Roy G. Oh, I forgot green earlier. Green. That's a cute color, but it's transparent. Indigo, which I think is blue. And violet. And then, Kristen, now what color would you like for your outline? Let's go with this purple. I'm going to group these two reds together and the two oranges. Okay. Now let's just move it up a tiny bit. Okay, gray. All right. Hey, Merlinda. Merlinda, you missed the bling, but I'll show it at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and group those, and then I'm going to use my K over here that I reserved, make a copy of it, and let's turn it a blue color. Whoops, we're on the lines. Panel, fill color. And I can get rid of one of those. Here's offset hiding back there. So we're going to offset. And this time I don't really think it matters if it's super duper straight or curvy. Let's do the curvy one. And then let's go a tiny bit bigger. We'll hit apply. And we'll turn that a darker one. Or a different one at least. Okay. So remember, it's still full back there. It's still solid. So we need to select both of them, go up to Object, Modify, and Subtract. And then let's go ahead and get this full scale, whatever color we're going to do. Let's do, there's a gray. Okay, so now we're going to go up here. Most of the time, you can just select your group plus that, and you can go to Object, Align, and it's going to get pretty close to the right place, but it's not in the right place. Okay, on this one, I would not use the editing points. On this one, I would actually, well, maybe I would. Let me see. You could choose all these edit points and fix it that way. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my offset, and I'm going to do a small offset of the offset. Very small. And let's see if that works. So let's turn that just any old color. And we have to slice that out of there. There we go. Okay. Turn it back to gray. Now those are separate. Interesting. I didn't do that right. I did not do that right. I did not do it. What am I doing? Okay, I know why. Okay. I don't want to slice it this time. I want a bigger offset. Okay, so don't slice when you're trying to get just a beefier offset. Okay, I think we're good, especially since we're not going to be welding this to anywhere. I think we're fine. Okay, so that's what we have, but we're going to add a little peace flower. And it's very, very easy to draw a cute flower with Silhouette Studio. So I go there and I pick a flower. I'm going to pick this one. And then I just start drawing. Just move your cursor. Now, this red thing, it will make it so that your petals are thicker, thinner. They go closer to the middle. So let's go about right there. This will change the number of petals you have. So do a 4-leaf clover there. Let's just stay right there. And then, whoopsie, get rid of you. Then I want to go to my select tool and I want to go up to object, modify, nope, object, convert to path. It gets rid of those features of that. Takes on you. Then I want to put a center in that flower. So I'm going to go back here and do a little circle. And that's probably about good right there. Let's select it and go up to object and convert it to a path. Okay, so let's see, what color do we want our little flower over here? Or it could be here, but I think this is calling to me right here. So let's have a, Kristen, we don't have pink yet. We gotta have a little bit of pink, sorry. Let's turn that white and let's move it to the center of it. I think I want that center to be a little smaller. And then we're going to group those together. Okay, here's the part I'm a little bit iffy about. I was just kind of getting to this before the live. Would I rather have it here? That looks better because I have an inside here. Okay, Kristen, I know you don't like that pink. We'll change it later. So let's save a copy of all this. And is this grouped? Yep. Okay. So is this grouped? Yep. Let's ungroup that. Ungroup it. Okay, so for now, I'm going to try to cut this out of this back. So I'm going to select the group and just the outside of the flower. Is this going to work? Subtract. It worked. Okay. Now let's see what little weirdo things we have. It looks like there's something right there. Let's get rid of it. I still have my white, and we're going to deal with that in a minute. Okay. Let's just get rid of that. I don't need 2 whites. Now remember, well, we do need 2 whites. Come back white. There we go. I'm going to slice the white out of the pink because I don't layer vinyl. So I'm going to go up here to Object, Modify, and Subtract. And now, that didn't work. I didn't have the inside selected, I don't think. Okay, subtract, there we go. Now we're going to put this, ooh, so my circle was a little too big and it cut it into 2, but we'll just group it together for now. I don't want to take up more time. Okay, so now we're going to move this over into place. Remember when you're placing things, just blow your screen way up so you can see it really well. There's a tiny little gap down there, but that doesn't bother me. And let's have this be purple. There we go. And let's have the inside be light purple. Okay, isn't that cute? That was a lot of work, but isn't that cute? So I'm just playing around with this. I want to do some of these for my great nieces, and I'll probably put them on tote bags or something. I was playing with my initial there. Those are my colors. I love those colors. And then I was getting to the point where I was going to put a flower somewhere on it. I thought I did that already, but anyway, I'm sorry I took up so much time with that just to kind of play around in here, but Nicole, we are just playing around now because I finished with the shirt and I wanted to show them this just to kind of show you really have to practice and practice and practice and practice and then practice some more. So let me go ahead and save this so I don't lose it. I'm just going to call it practice. And then I keep a copy of this, but I need to go in and adjust this so I don't have those little artifacts. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and get rid of this screen. Or I'll just move me over. Because it's not cooperating with me. Okay, so here's the shirt that we did. It turned out really, really cute. I like it. It is not a huge design, a little over 9 inches wide, which is quite a bit smaller than, you know, what I typically used to make all the designs. But there it is. And then if you would prefer to have... Thank you. Thanks, Tracy. If you would prefer to have the words cute little pumpkin, this one is just over 8 inches wide. And so you're using the same pumpkin, you're using the same inside, the same stem, and you're not going to use the hearts. You're just substituting cute little pumpkin for the pumpkin season and the hearts. And that is in my Etsy shop. So if you're interested in that, check it out. I think that we're actually, I don't know if Patrice is listening in, but I think we're blinging tomorrow night on her channel too. I'll be blinging something else. But I like how it turned out. I love the icy colors, Eve. They're really, really pretty. So next week, I don't know what we're doing next week yet. I may be cutting out an M with a flower and showing you how that turned out. I may be going back to a quilt block. I may be sewing something. You know, I'm really in my stitching era. I like to sew and I like to do embroidery and all that stuff. So anyway, we'll figure out something. And oh, that's cute, Nicole, the little pumpkin. Hopefully you guys will come back next week. And I hope that even though you may not do Silhouette Studio, that just kind of watching maybe helps you understand how the things work. So thank you guys for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Be on the lookout for a couple videos that are coming out. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night on Patrice's Live. If you haven't gotten your medical screenings for a long time, as my doctor, when I went back after not having a mammogram every year for a little bit, I didn't wait too long because I have a sister with a history, but I waited and I shouldn't have. And that caused me so much stress and anxiety. And I was in talking to my doctor and I was like, I know it's stupid. And she was like, knowledge is power. You're here now. So if you need to get caught up on them, please do. We want to keep you around. So thank you for being here. And hey, Karen D. And we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully.